What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
So Ekoh dropped this song, and this is actually one of the ones I was most excited to hear.
Okay.
It's probably going to be a more sad song.
I kind of caught that gist.
Which are my favorite songs.
Right.
Because, depression's fun.
Well, and they're more personal.
Right. Super excited to hear this. There is not an actual video for it.
Okay.
But it is the official audio off of his channel. We absolutely adore Ekoh. And
everything he's put out has been incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this, but I honestly look forward to anything he puts out.
Baby. Alright, so we are going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hop on over to all the things coming back. We'll say that because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. What that means, we can pause for any and all of the above. So with that being said, it is time to slash down, break it down. This is Ekoh with Numb. Let's get it.
Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I don't wanna be loved, wanna be loved, wanna be loved. Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be in a different life, a different world, a different page, with a different mind, a different name. Cause all of these bad days turn to bad weeks, and a bad weeks turn to bad months, and the bad thoughts got you on edge of the rooftop, but you can't jump, just stuck. Yeah, none of my friends are feeling the same. They're so blessed and happy in the skin, but I'm just so uncomfortable in mine. I'm probably just wound too tight, but look, take your pick, what you prefer. Broken bones or broken hearts or broken homes, I know what's worse, so let me sink or put me.
That's why the comparison game is not something you should be falling into. It's really hard, though, when your friends are doing extremely well and you're stuck in a place where you are not. Not because I don't want to see my friends succeed, don't get me wrong. But it almost feels like there's a disconnect in terms of, like, you're just not in the same place. You know what I mean?
It's, as someone who dealt with this for many years of his life, calm your tits. It sucks when everyone around you is doing great and you're not, because it's not even an intentional comparison.
No.
It's when you're sad, you don't constantly want to see everyone around you happy. And I don't mean that as like you want bad things to happen to your friends. Honestly,
no, you just don't want a bunch of happy around you.
When it happens is usually when you find yourself closed off from other people.
Right.
Because you don't want to be that burden or that beacon of negativity for other people that
you don't
are
want to bring them down.
Happy.
Yeah.
Which is something I always hate.
But okay, even I hate being that person, even if my friends are in a low point too.
Right.
Like, I am the person that wants to be the therapist, basically.
Right.
On the flip side, when they're super happy and I'm not, it's almost like it's a constant reminder that I'm not. And I do want my friends happy, and I do want them to succeed. But it's at those times that I find myself drawing away a little bit, because I just don't want to be slapped in the face with it constantly. And it's not like they're trying. It's just that being present. So yeah, being numb, honestly, is what I resort to. By myself. Like, I disconnect without the help of any outside sources, substances whatsoever. I just disconnect.
Will you just fuck off?
I mean, that goes along with the song, so it is.
My cat Our cat.
Yeah.
Your cat.
Now
She's
she's
your cat
staring
when she's
into the
bad.
ring light. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, it's... yeah, it sucks
Yeah.
being sad and then having somebody be like, have you seen the new pictures of my kids? Hey, look at my kids.
Right.
Oh my god, we just got this new pet. Yo, you should totally check out my new dog or my new cat.
I just met
Oh
this
my God.
wonderful person.
This guy that, like, I've been so into for so long has finally... Now, I actually don't have very many girls as friends, so I don't hear that one. It's usually the other
Right.
way around. This girl I've been talking to for so long, like, she's finally agreed to go out on a date with me, and I'm just like,
I'm happy for you.
Cool.
I really am, but
go away.
yeah, leave me alone.
Well, don't you want to? Don't you?
Nope.
Don't you want to see me be happy, bitch? I can't even make myself happy. What makes you think right now in this moment?
Right. I don't see happy. Period.
In the grand scheme of things, yes, I would love to see
Right.
you happy. Later down the line, when I give a fuck. Remind me later.
Prefer broken bones or broken hearts or broken homes. I know what's worse, so let me sink. Or put me on too many pills to let me think I'm falling in another night alone with all these songs again. Just waiting for the storm to pass, waiting till the seasons change, cause life is what you make it. But
I got hung up on a bar, and I haven't heard anything since.
Okay. Which one?
Or take a bunch of pills,
Right. So he can't think.
so that I can't think. It's... I also want people to understand this. I am not as depressed as I even was 2 years ago. I still deal with it.
Oh yeah. I mean that's gonna be a constant.
But my mental health has definitely gone up since you've been around. It has always been the hardest thing because I've had people tell me, go talk to a doctor, go see if there's some medication you can get on.
Right.
And I'm like, no. Because, again, medicine might work for me, it might not.
But there's the risk.
But there's the risk that everyone kind of has to go through to figure it out of, is it going to kind of zombify you?
Right.
And for me,
You'd rather deal with it.
as crazy as this sounds,
No.
I would rather feel the pain than feel nothing at all.
See, and here's the thing. I think, personally, and again, this is subjective, guys.
Right.
It really
We are
depends
not
on
doctors.
how
Do
you
not
deal with it.
follow our...
Well, but it's not even that. Even doctors who aren't on the script mania will tell you each person has to deal with it differently, and it's your particular chemical imbalance. It's the outside forces you're dealing with. You know, whether you go on medication or not, and that's your choice. And you know, I've been on a lot because a side effect of antidepressants is a lot of them are supposed to help with pain. Now, didn't work out that way. I am not on them any longer because they did not help the fibro. But that is kind of a constant cycle for me in terms of fibro causes me pain, sinks me into depression, like... So I'm not saying I'd rather feel the pain because normally it's literal for me. But on the flip side, I also think I handle things better if I deal with them as quickly as chemically and mentally I'm able to, just organically, versus being on something that would numb me further. Because like I said, I'm completely able to disassociate myself. I don't need drugs to do it, or alcohol.
Right.
And unfortunately, that stalls the process of healing. I mean, it is what it is, but it stalls the process. And I'm already, able to do that enough that I stall the process myself quite frequently. But I find that as soon as something clicks into place, I'm able to line things up and figure out at least the basics, not the chemical process of being depressed, but like the basics of like what I need to take care of at that point in time to at least ease what I'm going through.
Right.
But yeah, I liked how he said the thunderstorms, let them pass. Let me be in them for the moment and then let them pass. Because that is, again, that's dealing with it.
Yep.
Your own way.
On too many pills to let me think I'm falling in another night alone with all these songs again. Just waiting for the storm to pass, waiting till the seasons change, cause life is what you make it. But I think that's just things they say, and I don't have a chance. So what's the point to run? I used to think I wanted out, but maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I don't wanna be loved. Wanna be loved, wanna be loved. Maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be locked in my room, anything take me away from reality. This city gotta take bad but the good, but I guess that I'm never be good at the balancing. Looking around at these people so easily dealing with life on a practical level. Like why the fuck can't I just learn to be normal? And really what's normal, like what's a resemble? A waste of potential, they think that I'm hopeless. And I'm just surprised there's someone that noticed me. Out of the fire, the heart is still broken, and so fucking tired of everyone knowing it. Holding in all of these feelings until I'm about to explode, and spend every moment just counting the seconds until I'm back alone. I just keep waiting for the storm to pass, waiting till the seasons change, cause life is what you make it. But I think that's just things they say, and I don't have a chance. So what's the point to run? I used to think I wanted out, but maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb, wanna be numb.
Okay.
Ekoh is superb at his word choice. That is one of the things that makes him such a great musician and artist. Like, he doesn't just go with the basics for his lyrics. There were a couple in the last one that I was actually grinning about despite the tone of the song, just because it fit so perfectly, but it was I can't even remember what they were at this point because he said so much in the meantime, and my memory is shit, y'all. But they just were great reminders of that's one of the reasons Pickle Rick struck me, because it could have been a silly rap, Pickle Rick.
It was.
It was. No, but it could have been just straight up silly with all the nerdcore references and the name and so on and so forth. But honestly, it's his verbiage and his word choice and, you know, his diction, the way he combines it all and then changes his flow, and it turns into something special. And so even though he's singing a song that will go on my like sad playlist, and I love it, and honestly the hook is that kind of sedating bass. It's a calm but with a bass. I don't know how to put it. It's one of those things you vibe out to. It just, yeah, he's an amazing artist. I honestly, there's no words to say about this other than I've been here many times, and I know people who stay here, and again, that's going to depend on your form of depression plus any other sort of underlying problems, outside influences, other mental processes. But I hope y'all make it. I hope there is something like Ekoh's music or somebody else's music, books, video games,
Kids,
really
family,
hot mess of an animal, something that makes you.
into my backpack?
She is. She is.
Fucking jerk.
Yeah, something that makes you smile at least.
Right.
Maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Maybe I don't wanna be loved. Wanna be loved. Wanna be loved. Maybe I just wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be. Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I don't wanna be loved, wanna be loved, wanna be loved. Maybe I just wanna be numb, wanna be numb, wanna be numb. Maybe I just wanna be.
Sure, we'll listen to it again. I love that slowdown, which I'll call the stoner effect. That almost, well, I mean, I suppose you could achieve it with all the drugs to, you know, make you not think, but certainly with insomnia and the disassociation and stuff like that, time passes in weird segments for me. So that kind of like weird slowdown is very much a part of being numb, at least for me.
Right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh.
You're zoned out because of it.
I am.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a compliment to the music. I mean, it's a great vibe in terms of the beat and instrumental and everything to zone out to.
Again, one of the things that actually helps me through episodes of depression is sad music, which has scared people in the past. Because a lot of people I've run into, for them when they're sad, because I don't think they truly know what depression is.
There's a difference.
Right. They think that listening to sadder music is going to push me towards other decisions in life.
No.
And first off, I've always tried to tell people that hasn't been and never will be at this point an option. Hasn't been for at least 15 years. I got kids.
Yeah.
And I feel more of a responsibility to be here for them than to not be here for myself, regardless of how shitty life
difficult
gets.
things get, yeah.
I
also think that you'll find, because I've heard that before, but not that much, but I also have a lot of friends that suffer from, like, verified depression. It's not just that somebody else somewhere that you don't even know understands where you're coming from in terms of, like, listening to the sad music, but it almost helps. Like, I don't cry very often at all. Like, I have a very hard time crying, and I think it's...
I don't.
Well, like I said, this is just me, and it may be that I cried a whole bunch early on in my life, and I just no longer do. It's just a thing. So it almost is that sort of cleansing relief that a lot of people talk about when they have a good cry over something. For me, to listen to music like this, it's like somebody else is purging my emotions for me.
Honestly, it can also be just as simply explained as understanding there are other people that are dealing with what you also deal with. Which I feel like a lot of people that suffer from severe depression with unsubscribing from life thoughts
Feel very alone.
Don't feel like there is anyone out there like that.
They feel very alone. Yeah.
And again, that's why I really love the more introspective, sadder, more depressed centered music from people that truly go through it, because you could still definitely tell people that don't.
Yeah. It's a connection thing, it's a vulnerability thing, it's a transparency thing on the artist's part, but on the other hand, it's like it's almost an immediate understanding of some of the darker aspects of that person. And I don't think everyone needs to be happy all the time. There are some people that thrive on that. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm not one of those people. I don't know what I would do with myself if I went around all sunshine and flowers all the time. Yeah, I would. That would concern me. That would make me think of other decisions.
One of the things... This is going to sound so fucked up. One of the things...
Welcome to our channel.
I can honestly say I'm thankful for in having to deal with it in life is it's also helped me learn to appreciate the great times when they do come so much more.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many people out there that take everything
for
good
granted.
in life so much for granted.
Right.
That when shitty things happen, it hits them like a fucking bag of bricks.
It's almost a level that there's some that just take it for granted and then freak out. There's some that it's almost an entitlement. Like, I've had people who are very close to me, not in terms of like friendship, but just other ways, say shitty things like, well, why can't you just fill in the blank? And it's like, well, it's so nice that in your world, shit was handed to you. And things just fell into place. And you're perfectly mentally healthy, physically healthy, so on and so forth. But that's not the way most of the world works. So, why don't you figure that out? Get back to me, you know. But that is a crappy thing to say to anybody, by the way.
It depends on the situation.
Okay, how about I'm on disability,
and
somebody say, well, why don't you just find a job that you really like?
It is the only thing I know to say is I chloroform rag somebody.
Well, why don't you just
sleep?
inhale, really?
Just sleep.
Inhale deeply.
That is a joke, people.
Yeah. No, it's a shitty thing. It's a shitty thing. Like,
it is.
When people are depressed, I have legit heard people, well, why don't you just try and be happy? Yeah, no, I didn't think about that.
That is the one that always gets me. Why don't you just try and be happy? Bitch, you think it is just something that you wake up and go, I'm happy.
Well, Farrell does it.
Fuck Farrell.
Whatever.
Farrell. Good for you, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like, that's wonderful. Now, you go over there, because right now I'm feeling numb. I don't want to hear it. It's the same with people with a disability being asked, well, why don't you just get a job? Well, I wouldn't be on disability if that were kind of an option. You know?
Did you know my friend's got a girlfriend and I hate that bitch?
You tell him every day.
Actually, he hates that bitch. But
Yeah.
I hate that bitch too.
And he tells you every day.
And he tells me every day.
Yeah.
That's what popped in my head.
You went from, I'm happy.
You said, why don't you get a job? And my head went, no, why don't you get a job? And that's where it went, all right?
And this is what keeps us
living
sane.
jukebox.
Yeah.
That in horror movies.
Being goofy.
It
is what it is.
A fantastic song, Ekoh. Has obviously inspired quite a bit of conversation.
Yeah.
We love you, homie. If you're ever super depressed and you want dick pics, I got you.
If you're ever
It's not going to help. I'm just saying.
Low and you want to talk to people that aren't going to try and convince you not to be in a funk, but just by happenstance end up being somewhat goofy and hilarious.
By happenstance, we just happen to be like, yo, dude, you got some nice tits.
I mean, he's the horny one. I just have extremely dark humor. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Dumb.
You know? It's that whole quote that if you can't find the light, I will sit in the dark with you.
I'll send you memes that like will have you question why I exist.
Which he probably got from me, just to be honest.
It's a split. It's a split. I tell you some funny ones here and there.
That would be my fault. People always wonder about that. Does Kat know about this? Yeah. Yes, she does. Anyway, we loved it.
Great job.
Someday I hope we get to meet up, come to a concert.
I hope I find out his concert's in town a lot sooner than the day before.
The day before. Right.
Oh, hey,
We're gonna
Ekoh's
at
going on
least
tour.
have to
When's
go
he
out-
coming? Tomorrow? Mother.
We're gonna at least have to go out and get like some sort of Vans that we can customize and then have him sign.
Vans?
Vans, the shoes.
Oh, I don't wear Vans.
He does.
That's fine. How about...
I will.
I don't know what I would have him sign. We'll buy an album while we're at the concert. Here, homie. Sign this.
You wear hoodies all the time.
Actually, to be 100% honest, I would not ask him to sign things.
Nah.
It's just not my
I'd
style.
just be happy to meet him.
I'd just be happy to meet him.
And we'd forget pictures because we're those people too.
Yeah, we're those kind of people.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. I kind of got a piece, so we're going to make this quick. Slash the like button. Do all the things.
Yeah. He might answer on Twitter. I won't. I avoid social media.
That's true.
Makes me happy.
Also true. We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Can't wait to see you. Brave people later. Peace. Oh shit, I ain't even on the right screen to stop it.
Do we know where the kitten is?
I gave up, Carrie.